Very good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I, Shilpa, welcome you all to Shiksha webinar on how to prepare physics for JEE Advanced exam. Feel free to send your questions to me through Q&A box or in the chat box. And even after the webinar, you can write your queries on this portal. Let me show you where exactly. So I'm sharing a screen here. So I hope this screen is visible to all of you. Please do guide me. Okay, so you can see that the students have mentioned several questions here. So what we do, the subject matter and even the expert for today's session, they do reply here. So even after the webinar, if you have any query, you can drop your questions here and we'll come back to you. Okay, so I'm sharing the link in the chat box. You can have a look at it. And to help you better in coming days, we have planned a webinar on JEE Advanced Mathematics as well. So check the link in the chat box and please enroll. So here's the link. Now let's welcome expert for the session, Mr. Rajkumar Sinha, Director of Lakshya Darshan Education and IIT BHU alumni. He holds extensive experience in teaching and preparing students for JEE Advanced exam and several JEE exams. I welcome you, Mr. Sinha.
Thank you.
But before we proceed, sir, students can subscribe to social media channels of Shiksha to have the recent update on JEE Advanced. I'm mentioning few links in the chat box. You can have a look at it. Coming back to you, Mr. Sinha. So the students who are appearing for JEE Advanced are not novice for sure. Rather, they are, I would say, pro in strategizing for JEE exam. Still, for the advanced level, we need to have the advanced preparation and strategies. So please guide us how to prepare physics for JEE Advanced, like interval of time.
Yeah. Actually, when we talk about the JEE Advanced examination, of course, this is a tough examination. The first thing that students should take care of, that they have to keep cool in the examination. Okay. If they get nervous, then definitely they are not able to solve the problems that are asked here. Because if you go to JEE Advanced exam, you will see that there is no limitation of time. Okay. So you get sufficient amount of time to solve the questions per paper. If I come to JEE Advanced examination, then in 1 hour, you are given to solve nearly 15 to 18 questions per paper. And suppose that if you are able to solve all the 15 questions also, then still you are getting 4-minute time for a particular question. And some may take more time, some may take less time. And if you are able to score 60% or 70% marks in JEE Advanced, then definitely you will be getting top 1000 rank in JEE Advanced exam. So I think that it is not a big issue of managing the time in JEE Advanced. The more important thing is that you have to stay calm, you have to stay cool, and accordingly, whatever is your concept and whatever is your strength, according to that, you have to select the question and you have to answer them properly. So that is the main thing.
Okay, that's lovely. I really like this mantra, sir. You said that stay calm, stay cool, and that's more important than concentrating on the time management.
You need to focus on your own strength, the topic that on which you are confident. So try to go for those questions.
Okay, so you said that the topic that we are confident enough. So what could be that important topics in physics, sir, that could lead us to gain more marks?
See, basically, most of the questions which are asked in IIT JEE Advanced, they are multi-conceptual questions. But it doesn't mean that direct questions are not there. There are 30% questions, I hope, that which are directly asked from a particular topic or a particular concept. So one thing is important, that thorough preparation of the entire subject is required. 11th class as well as 12th class, if you are intended to good marks and a good rank in IIT JEE Advanced, so you need to have the complete preparation of the concept, at least at elementary level. So concepts should be completely prepared. That is important. Secondly, when you come to solve the question of JEE Advanced, the second thing is that you have to focus on those topics in which you are quite confident, you are sure that you are able to crack the questions of that particular topic. So select few chapters, at least 50% of the chapter you have to select. If I talk about to get average rank, because most of the students, you know, that are going to get average rank in IIT. Everyone is not going to within the top 100. So from that point of view, at least you select minimum 50 to 60% syllabus from class 11 as well as class 12, on which you should work properly, and you should be confident to crack each and every question coming from those topics. So if you are 100% prepared in at least 50% of the syllabus also, and the entire syllabus is covered up to basic level also, you can get good rank in IIT. You can get 50 to 60% marks in physics from that syllabus also. So first thing is that you have to focus on those topics in which you are quite confident, in which you are confident to solve the question. Right now, because only less than 20 days are left, so you cannot go and try for the new topic in physics, because if you want to cover the topics till JEE Advanced level, it takes some time. Sometimes a topic, to digest it completely, it can take more than a month. So you cannot go for a new topic. Okay, this topic is not quite clear to me, so I will start it from first day and I will get it completely done. This is not possible. So you have to select some topics, like suppose there are 25 chapters in physics. You can select 12 to 13, 14 chapters, and on that you have to make the command, and that will be enough for you.
Okay. Thank you for your guiding and motivating words, sir. And your technique will certainly help many students. No doubt in that. And to the attendees, if you have any question related to how to prepare physics for JEE Advanced, just keep on pouring all your questions in the chat box, and I'll be taking up those questions. And even in the Q&A box, you can post your questions, and I'll directly ask to the sir. Okay, sir. So the next question, the most commonly asked question by the students are, the books and the study material they can refer to at this point.
Yeah, this is important. See, actually, if you are planning for 2 years, then you can have a systematic way. But right now, I think that all the basic work have been done by the student. So they want to give the final touch to their JEE preparation. So for that, the one thing that they should focus, that is previous year IIT questions, especially last 15 to 16 years. They should solve each and every questions which have come in IIT JEE, and they should not only solve them, they should not only know how to, they should not only know the basic solution, they should know the question in depth, that what is the basic logic and what is the framework of the question, what is the thought process involved behind that question, what actually question setter want to know, how he want to check the basic knowledge. At that point, student have to basically diagnose the question. So not only solving the question is important, apart from solving, analysis of a question is also important. Only then you can think a new question which has come in IIT JEE Advanced examination. And presently, the best thing will be that you go and see the 15 to 20 years previous IIT JEE questions which have been asked in physics, solve all of them, at least in those chapters which you have selected to get 100% prepared. So for those chapters, you should definitely solve last 15 to 20 years IIT JEE problems. This is the most important material presently, right now. Second, I think that by 2006 onward, the new pattern of IIT JEE Advanced have been incorporated. So a student must go and face all the papers. I'm saying papers, not only question chapter wise. They should take it as a paper. All 3 hour paper, physics, chemistry, math, they should sit and they should give less than 3 hours, suppose 2.5 hour time. So giving 2.5 hour time, they should try to solve each and every question. Okay, so that is important.
Okay.
So paper attempt. Yeah.
Okay. So that means, so the previous year question paper and the mock test will certainly help them?
Yeah, mock tests are important, but even more important is just to go and attempt the exact previous year question which have been asked in IIT JEE Advanced. Okay, I think by 2006 till now, there will be 16 to 17 years. So including all the 2 papers, there will be, I think, 32 to 34 papers. So if the student is trying 2 papers daily, giving 5 hour time, because 2.5 hour, I said 2 hour 30 minute time should be given for a single paper, then only you can crack in 3 hour time in IIT. So because what I said that you have to attempt the previous IIT question, so most of the questions will be familiar to you. Now you need to understand what is the pattern of the paper, how the questions are coming in the IIT Advanced examination, and how different here. There is slight change in the pattern also. There is slight change in the marking scheme. There is slight change in the pattern of asking the question. So that also you can get proper idea if you solve last 15-year IIT JEE paper properly. Okay, so you can go for test series, you can go for mock test. There are several test series and mock test available in market online also. So that the student can prefer, but the most important thing is that they must do the previous year IIT JEE questions, which have been asked in last 15 to 16 years in the paper format. That is important to get the proper idea how the questions are asked in and how the fluctuation of the level of question is there in the paper of IIT Advanced.
Okay.
Yeah.
If any of the student is interested in looking at the mock test or just need to have a look at it, they can just go through this link and they can just access some mock test. And it's time to take up the questions the student want to ask you. So
Sure.
Suresh and Dharmesh, they both have asked a similar question. They are asking about what could be the important topic or the chapter, sir.
See, actually, as I said, in IIT Advanced examination, you cannot predict that from which chapter the question will be coming. Sometimes, suppose rotation is considered a very important topic, and sometimes it happens that only one question or not a single question have been asked in a particular paper from rotation. Okay, there are two papers basically. Suppose in one paper they have asked one or two questions. In second paper, it might be possible not a single question is asked. So you cannot predict the exact chapter. But overall experience के basis पर जो है, we can say that some chapters are obviously important, and you can go for some important chapters as well as these are easy chapters like optics. Okay, so optics is easy as well as important. The questions which are asked from optics, actually there is not too much thought process involved. There are direct formula that you have to apply. There are some conditions which can be modified by JEE question setters, but the questions are more or less direct. Okay, so if you have already solved the previous year problems of IIT JEE, if you have practiced the optics chapter for 2 years, then definitely you will be able to clear all the questions which have been asked in optics. So optics is one of the easy if you have properly studied that. Secondly, you can go for suppose gravitation. So in gravitation also, when questions are asked, they are almost direct or straightforward questions. So that also you can focus. Gravitation and electrostatics are of similar type. So once you prepare the gravitation, your more or less electrostatic concepts are also almost done. So electrostatics, gravitation, optics, these are the chapters that you can follow. Secondly, thermodynamics. Sometimes the questions of thermodynamics are tedious, they are tough, but mostly the questions which are asked from thermodynamics are straightforward. Okay, so you can focus on that also, especially graph-based questions are there in thermodynamics. And in thermodynamics questions, multiple correct questions, comprehension questions, matrix match questions, these are frequently asked. So you can follow that also. Okay, so these are important chapter. Magnetism and electromagnetic induction. This is one of the favorite topic of IIT JEE. They are definitely asking questions, but sometimes the questions may be a bit difficult also from these topics. But these are some favorite topics from which IIT JEE surely asks the questions. Okay, so overall we cannot predict which topic will be favored by IIT JEE because equivalent weightage are given, and sometimes some more important topics are also skipped from there in the examination. So that might be possible, but these topics you can definitely prepare. So one question is there, any tips to attain perfection over EMI? Okay, so beta actually electromagnetic induction, you have to realize, you have to feel the things. Okay, there are very simple concepts there. One is Faraday's law of induction. There is second is motional EMF. Third is, if you go through that, you will see the concept of inductance, self-inductance and mutual inductance. That is asked. Then solenoid and toroid. So these are the concepts which are present there. So there are not so many concepts. You just need to go through the IIT JEE previous year questions, see what type of questions are asked in EMI, okay, and whatever the material you have followed till date, just go through the problems and see. And I think EMI is an easy chapter to make command over it. Just thoroughly prepare the concept. There are very few selective concepts there, and thereafter go to the questions which are asked in IIT JEE Advanced and go through those questions in which previously you have found it difficult to solve. Okay, and but you have already solved that. Sometimes what happens that some questions, when you are trying them first time, you are not able to exactly solve them, but later on your teachers help, or you are able to decode that question. And then such questions are important because they help in building the concept. Okay, so go through that, properly prepare the concept, go through previous year IIT JEE questions, and I think EMI will be over. Okay.
I hope, Sandhya, your question has been answered very perfectly by sir. Okay, so sir, Sai has this next question. He's asking about tips on multiple correct
Yeah,
questions.
that is also very important. See, first of all, you must read the instruction carefully. Okay, the first thing, read the instruction as well as marking scheme of the JEE Advanced very carefully, because I cleared IIT JEE in 2006, and there one problem I faced, because that was the first time when the pattern of IIT JEE was drastically changed, and I was not able to see where the marking scheme is, and due to which I lost some marks also. Okay, and so that is important basically. And secondly, as I talk about multiple correct questions, so there are few criteria of asking multiple correct question. I'm talking about the marking scheme first of all. Sometime what happens, there is no negative marking in multi-correct question. Okay, sometime what happens, there are negative marking along with partial mark. Partial marks means that suppose that in any question A and C option are correct. Okay, if you choose option A only and no other option, you will be provided partial marks. If you choose option C and no other option, still you will be provided partial marks because you have selected only correct option and no wrong option. If you select both A and C, then you will be given the complete marks of the question. Suppose the question is of 5 marks, so you will be awarded 5 marks. Suppose you choose only A, you will be awarded 2 marks. That will be written, how much marks you will be provided. So that will be written there. But if you choose any wrong attempt, then you will be awarded negative marks. So what happens when you are attempting the multi-correct question? First of all, read the marking scheme of the multi-correct question. Is there any negative marking or not? Is there any partial marks or not? All these things you have to take care of. Secondly, if there is partial marks, then you must not attempt any wrong option. Suppose that, as I say, that A and C option are correct, but you are able to only get option A. Okay, so you got option A, but you are not sure about option B, C, and D, then left it. At least you will get 2 marks. Okay, if you will select any wrong option, you will get -2 marks. So that will harm you. Okay, so basically in case of partial marking, you should be marking only those options for which you are damn sure that it is 100% correct, and left the other options. Okay, so that is important. If you are not getting the complete marks for that question, at least partial marks should be awarded. That is important. Okay, so at least first of all, you read the instruction carefully, that is there any partial marking or negative marking, no negative marking. These things are important. Just don't go and do the guesswork. That is not important. Never do guesswork in IIT JEE Advanced question. You will be always getting negative marks in that case.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a very common question students do ask. Like Harshal, he's asking, what will be the total marks of paper? Though you
See,
have explained
actually, as I said that slightly the pattern and the marking changes every year. As I remember, in the last year it was 360 marks, and before that it was 392 marks sometime. So like that. So you can say that between 350 to 400 marks the paper will be coming, both the paper, including 180 first paper, 180 second paper, it will be 360. It can be suppose 210, 210, so total will be you can say 420. It can be 210 or 150 like that, so it will be 360. So what happens, it is not necessary that, as you know that two papers are taken in IIT JEE Advanced, 3 are each paper on the same day. It is not necessary that both the papers will have equal marking scheme, because the pattern of both the papers are also different. Suppose in first paper you have single correct and multi correct question. In second paper you can have comprehension, integer type question, or matrix match question. So pattern can be different, so marking scheme can be different. Yeah, previously you said that 400 and 500 for definitely like that. The questions are asked like that. So marking scheme changes, that's what I said. Okay, but all the subject will be of equal marks. Okay, all the subject will be of equal marks. Sometimes 400 marks, sometimes 504 marks, like that. The marking scheme can change.
Okay, and if a student wants to have more information on that, you can actually check this site and you can have details related to JEE Advanced. Okay, let's take up the next question. Has been asked by Sandhya, and she's asking, sir, what are the prox marks out of 360 required to get below 2,500 common rank?
2,500. Yeah, presently 2,500 is a very good marks, rank basically. Yeah, because as I know that at presently there are 23 IITs. Okay, at our time there were 7 to 8 IITs. So there are 23 IITs. So 2,500 will be considered a good rank. So if you want to get within 2,500 or 3,000 rank, you should score 200 plus marks. Okay, you should score 200 plus marks. If you score 200 plus marks, definitely you will be within 2,000 or 2,500.
So, sir, I'll ask you a common question. Will NCRTE book be of any help at this advanced level?
See, NCRTE, actually what happens, NCRTE is a very important book, but I think those students who have already cleared JEE Main and they are appearing for IIT JEE Advanced, so they must have gone through NCRTE. Okay, so at present they should not focus much on NCRTE because IIT JEE is almost numerical based. In physics and mathematics, I think NCRTE will be not of much help. In chemistry, definitely NCRTE will be very helpful, especially in organic or inorganic. So you can focus there. I have gone out of trial basically, but there it will be helpful. As you talked about NCRTE, so that is important. Okay, in chemistry, definitely you should follow the NCRTE. Chemistry teacher will guide you. But in physics, NCRTE will be not of much use. Better you can go through SC Verma. Presently for IIT JEE Advanced, better you can go through SC Verma to clarify your concept up to IIT JEE level. That is important. Or you can prefer your class, your teacher's notes also. Okay, who is guiding you for JEE Advanced. So that will be also more important.
So, sir, we have received a question from Sachida Anand, and he's asking, is it necessary to solve some important questions from Erodov these days?
See, Erodov actually, as I frankly speak, at our time, we have also solved Erodov, but very few questions. Okay, so there are only 20 days left. If you are done with your previous IIT JEE questions, if you are done with your previous IIT JEE test that I said, and you are confident about those things, then definitely you can revise from Erodov also. But if you are not up to mark, if you are not thoroughly revised all the problems of IIT JEE Advanced, so better first of all focus on that. Okay, and Erodov questions are not as per the IIT JEE pattern. Your concepts will be cleared, but as you can see that nearly 2 weeks times are left. So within 2 weeks, I think Erodov is not a good choice. The best thing is that you should focus entirely on IIT JEE previous year questions and IIT JEE previous year test. That will be important. Okay, if that portion is done, then you can definitely go through Erodov to enhance your concept and other things.
Thank you, sir, for answering. Though the questions have started flooding in, so I'll take this question. So he's asking, does I need to score 200 plus marks in both the papers for a good rank?
See, both the papers, as I said that last year, the paper was of 360. So 180. So how can you score 200 plus? So it depends on paper. In each paper, you cannot definitely do that. Suppose that sometime paper is of 420 or 30 overall. 400 marks is a very good marks. Okay, but 400 when paper is above 500 or 600, and I think that presently the IITs is asking the paper that lies between 350 to 450 marks. So 350 to 450 marks, if you score 200 marks, including both the paper also, still you will get a decent rank. Okay. If you score 200, including both the paper, still you will get the decent rank. Okay. That is important. So out of 400, if you get 50% marks, if out of 360, as I previously said, if you are getting 200 plus marks out of 360, both the paper, then you will be getting rank within 2500. So 200 marks is very good.
Okay, so sir, this is a very interesting question has been asked by Viraj, and he's asking, should we attempt our favorite subject to gain confidence, or attempt the least favorite since the mind would be calm in the beginning?
Actually, one thing is important as you go through the trend of IITs. Generally, it is not for everyone, I can say. Generally, mathematics is a bit low scoring, and the students are getting the maximum score in chemistry. Okay, so sometime what happens that chemistry is not the favorite subject, still the students are scoring more marks there. Okay, because it takes less time and other things. So it's not about favorite subject, just focus on the topic where you can get more marks. That is more important. Okay, of course, if you talk about physics, then definitely the topics which are your favorite, definitely you should command on them. Your favorite topics must be having full confidence and full command. Okay, that is important. So that whenever the question comes from them, you should definitely crack that. And that will give you confidence also. Suppose that out of 25 chapters, 10 chapters are such in which you have very high confidence. And suppose you selected those questions and you are able to solve 30 to 40% questions in IIT, 30% marks you have scored, and still you have time. So that will give you enough confidence because you have cleared the cutoff, you have achieved a good marks. Now, whatever the extra question you will solve, that will improve your rank in the IIT. So definitely make more confidence, make more command over the topic on which you are confident. So that will help you. Okay, but thoroughly you should prepare the entire syllabus so that sometimes easy questions are also asked that you should not miss. Otherwise, you will have to regret. Okay, sometimes I have seen that the questions are so easy, a couple of questions are so easy, and students say that I haven't touched that topic. Otherwise, even if I have gone through it single time, I could have solved that. So that should not happen. So thorough preparation is important. Go through all the concept and formula and prepare those topics carefully on which you are full confident.
So with this, S. Reddy has this question, sir. Will solving previous year question paper help in improving JEE Advanced marks?
Definitely, it will help. Solving previous year, one student came to me basically a few years earlier, and most of the teachers were considering him one of the very average student, like he might get 10,000 or 15,000 rank in IIT. And surprisingly, what I said him that I just said that you only and only focus on previous year questions, and he did the all physics, chemistry, and mathematics previous year question 2 to 3 times, and he got rank within 600 in IIT. So that is possible if you properly solve the previous year questions in all the 3 subjects, and you analyze the question, not only solve. I said at the beginning of the webinar that you don't have to solve the question only, you have to analyze the question, you have to go into the depth of the question, that what is the actual physical meaning, because physics is the study of nature. So you have to understand the nature of actually. So why that question has been asked? What is the relation of that question with the physical situation in physical world? If you can feel the question, realize the question, then definitely you can crack IIT with a very good rank. And if you will see that many questions which have been asked in IIT JEE, there's a question which was asked in IIT JEE. It is a good question in fluid. I think every student must have seen that when you fill water, this is a glass, when you fill water and you fill it over the level, then it comes above it. So a cylinder disc will be formed, and related to that question is asked. We are observing it since our childhood that we have completely filled it, and after we are giving a drop of water, drop, drop, drop. So after the water level is going a little bit above, thereafter, after some time it comes out, not immediately. So on that basis, question is asked, and that is a very practical real life situation. Okay, when that question will come in front of you, will say, okay, I have observed it since my childhood, but now how to solve that question? That is important. Okay, even when I was teaching the fluid, I was discussing it to the student many times, but on that concept, on that phenomena, question was designed by IIT, I think in 2020 or 2021. So that was a good experience basically.
Very
So such
well
questions
answered,
could
sir.
be asked.
Yeah, very well
So
answered.
you have to realize the thing, basically realize the physical situation. That is important. One more thing. Sometimes what happens that when students are trying to go in depth of the question, they get overflown. That is also not important. Questions are straightforward. Stick to the language of question and just do that whatever is given in the question. That is important. Don't overthink the question. Okay, so that is where you have to make a balance. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sir, we'll take up next question has been asked by Prajapati. And the question is, if we are not able to solve some JEE Advanced previous year question paper, so what should we do?
See, actually, all the question definitely you won't be able to solve. So as I said that you have to prepare the previous year JEE questions. So as you are taking it as a mock test, okay, or you are solving it chapter wise. So suppose when you are not able to solve a question, you can go through the solution also. After trying it, give your full attempt actually. Okay, apply your brain 100%, 200%. Still, if you are not able to solve, then go through the solution or ask your concerned teacher. Okay, they will help you to reach the problem. And one more thing, that whenever you are asking the question with your teacher, critically observe what your teacher is doing, what steps he is following. Okay, just don't wait and watch when the 100% solution will be done. After that, I will see, okay, this is the flow. Try to watch what concept is running in your teacher's mind, how he is thinking, and try to analyze the flow of the flow pattern of the problem solution. Okay, and try to guess. Suppose that your teacher have solved 50%, and now you are able to understand, okay, from there I can do. Then definitely you should stop your teacher and you should try yourself. Again, if you're not able to do it, then ask your teacher, but always try to do it yourself. Because when you will crack a question yourself, then it will give you confidence. Simply asking the teacher will not give you confidence. Okay, so don't leave any single question of previous year IIT. Try to solve them. Try to solve them. If not able to crack yourself, then ask your teachers or get some online help to get it solved.
Okay, sir. So the next question has been asked by Ketan, and he's asking, is difficulty level of JEE Advanced and NIT all same?
See, NIT basically JEE main questions are asked. There is no any criteria that okay, up to this level question will be asked in JEE main, and after that it will be asked in JEE Advanced. Overall IIT JEE paper is tougher than JEE mains, but some questions are good type of question in JEE mains also, but overall IIT Advanced is tough. Okay.
So, sir, Rekha has this question, and she's asking about how many previous year question paper she needs to solve to achieve.
At least try to solve 15 years, 16 years question. From 2006 onward, every question should be attempted. Okay. And you can see that a few previous year questions, which are before 2006 also, subjective type question, they are very good questions also. So it might be possible such questions, such types of questions can be again asked. So you can go for them also, but at least you solve 15 to 16 year questions will be completely solved.
So, sir, one more question I'll ask you here is that while solving this previous year question papers, so how our strategy or the time management should be?
Actually, when you will solve the paper in the paper format, Okay, you are getting the books in the market where the chapter wise questions are given. So you can, as you prepare the chapter, you can do that also. But when you download the paper and solve it in the form of paper, then try to solve it within 2.5 hours. Just stick yourself and give only 2 or 30-minute time and try to solve it. Because in paper, you have to give 3 hours of time and you have already seen some questions there. But when you will actually appear for JEE Advanced 2022, most of the questions will be unseen type. Okay, unseen doesn't mean that they are entirely new. Okay, so you have worked hard for 2 years, so a lot of questions will be of similar type that you have solved, but data are changed, way of asking the questions are changed, 20%, 30% questions are of entirely new type design. So there might be possible. So give only 2 or 30-minute time to solve the mock test. Okay, and solve 2 mock tests daily, because you have to give 2 paper on the day of JEE Advance. So accordingly, you have to just mold yourself and your mindset also. So if you are giving 5-hour time to solve 2 paper daily with a gap of 1 hour between 2 paper, so that will prepare you very good for IIT JEE Advance. So don't take more than 2 or 30 minutes to solve a single paper of IIT JEE.
Okay, sir. So Sai has this question. What is the qualifying percentage in advance, if any idea?
See, if I talk about last year, my students who have qualified, so out of 360, one student qualified in 72 marks also. So that was the last rank. So that was near about 24,000. So that is not a very good rank, but still you get somewhere, some branch. Okay, at least a tag of IITian. So basically, I can say just simply qualifying IIT JEE is not enough, but still it is good. Okay, so if I think that 75 marks or 80 marks out of 360, so if you are able to score above 30 to 35% marks with cutoff cleared in every subject, and then you will get at least some rank in IIT. Okay.
Okay, so any idea about
30% plus marks is the minimum. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, this one is the very repetitive question we are receiving. So the question is like, how much cutoff? Sorry, what would be the cutoff of CS branch? If you could just have any idea.
CS branch, see, there are 23 colleges overall, I said, for IIT JEE, and there are a few more colleges which takes admission from IIT rank. So if you want to get a CS branch in at least some of the IITs, so you should get within 2000 or 2500 marks, rank basically, 2000, within 2000 rank. So you will get, and it depends on college to college. Suppose you want to get CS in IIT Delhi, then definitely your rank should be within 200 or 300. Okay, so it depends in which college you prefer. So if you are not focused about college, if you have to get CS, then definitely if you have got rank within 2000, then at least in some of the IIT you can get CS branch.
Okay. And I can see few of the questions the students want to ask, but few questions are repetitive and sir has already answered similar questions at length. So we shall upload this video on Shiksha YouTube channel in 1 or 2 days. You can have a look at it there. Meanwhile, what I can do, I can share the YouTube link in the chat box. You can have a look at it and this video will be available there. Moving on ahead, sir, I'll be taking few questions the students have asked on our Shiksha portal. So the question is how to achieve 70 plus marks in physics for JEE Advanced.
Yeah, that is also very important because suppose that if I talk about last year pattern, so total was 120 marks. So out of 120, if you get 70 marks or 70 plus, nearly 60% marks. So you will get a good rank, quite good rank in that marks. So for 70 plus marks in IIT JEE, of course, your concept should be thoroughly clear, and the topics that I said that at least you have to select 50 to 60% topic in which you are 100% confident that if questions comes from them, I will be surely able to solve. So that is important. You have to get good command over that. Okay. Without good command over the topic, when you cannot get 70 plus marks easily.
Okay. So
So,
one question, yes.
and one thing is important that, as I said, that even now, if you focus on previous year questions and especially tests, okay, you can do the mock test, you can do the previous year test which are there, you can attempt that also. So if you stick to that, then definitely you can score 70 plus marks.
Okay. So here I'll ask you one question. How to deal with tricksters, which are meant to just waste our time. It just looks intimidating, but has very simple solution.
Focus on your goal. Okay. What is more important? Is IIT more important or the distraction is more important? Okay. So you have to change your mindset. You have to enjoy your study.
Okay. So, sir, the question was like a few questions on the question paper when we do receive. They are just tricky. They just look tricky to us. But if we just keep on solving, the solution is very simple. So, how to just save our time?
See, first of all, at the beginning of the webinar, I said that you have to keep your mind 100% calm. Okay. Any kind of frustration, any kind of anxiety will not help you to clear IIT. Okay. In my year, if I talk that first paper was physics, second was chemistry, third was maths. Thereafter, later on the pattern was changed. Three are one paper, then three are other paper. So when the first time this objective pattern was taken in 2006, so it was three paper, two are each, physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So what happened that when I entered for mathematics test, at last, I see that more than 75% students have gone ahead. They have not appeared the test. Okay. And rest of the students were also, their facial expression was not so good. And some of them were crying inside the classroom. So, of course, sometimes the environment in which you are giving the exam cannot be so friendly or so happy. But you have to motivate, keep yourself motivated. And you have to be confident on your caliber and on your potential only. So that will help you. Okay. So that is very important. Don't get distracted. Just focus on the questions that you can solve easily. Thereafter, don't waste a lot of time on any single question and move ahead. First of all, attempt the entire paper and thereafter try to solve such questions which appears to be more tricky and more confusing. And read the question very peacefully with a very cool and calm mind. Okay. And try to retain the information, that what are the informations given in the question and what is asked in the question. If you will retain in your mind, retain those things in your mind, then definitely it will be easy to solve the question. Sometimes what happens that a student forget what is given in the question and thereafter they are not able to make a framework. So that framework is necessary. For that, you have to keep your mind very cool. Okay, and think straightforward. Whenever you are reading the question, first of all, don't get biased that what is the topic. Read it straightforward first of all, then read it second time, and then try to analyze that how I can relate the different parts of the question to get answer. Yeah.
Okay. And thank you, sir. And with this, I'll take up one more question. Can I leave any topic if I haven't prepared much and which holds less weightage?
See, definitely you can leave. Some topics are such that sometimes questions are asked after 2 to 3 years. Okay, so such topics definitely you can leave. Okay, and if you have not prepared a topic at all, then there is no use of preparing it right now. Okay, if you have studied it, then definitely you can go through it once, so that if direct questions are asked or some questions are asked in which that topic is at least used or a formula is used, then at least you should go through that. But if you have not studied at all, then you can leave it. You can entirely leave it.
So with this, sir, I'll take up one more question. And the question is like how to study more efficiently for physics JEE Advanced because we don't have any time left.
I think I have already answered that. Okay. because you have hardly a couple of days more than 2 weeks. So 16 to 17 days are there, and thereafter you need to just relax yourself for a couple of days also. You don't do rigorous studies for the last 2 days. Okay, just go through the formula and concept, go through very few questions, don't solve any paper for the last day, just relax your mind and that will be enough. Okay, so I think what was the question? What was the exact question?
So the sir question was like which topic that person can leave if it doesn't hold much weightage.
So which topic you can leave? I think in physics, basically, see, as such, um, you can see that kinematics or laws of motion are such topics which are of course important, but at present you should not give too much time on that. Okay, in solving a lot of equations, because kinematics and laws of motion are such topics from which the questions are not directly asked a lot. Okay, because those topics are getting involved somewhere. So indirect questions are there. So not too much questions are asked. So you can just select such topics also, like AC, alternating current also. So that is a topic from which questions are occasionally asked. So you can leave that also if you have not prepared it. But if you have prepared it, then definitely don't leave it. Okay. And I think all the topics which are in IIT Advanced syllabus, they are important. So as such, you cannot leave any single topic, but few topics that you have not prepared right now, you can skip that. Okay. Sometime like that, X-ray questions are asked, but for a few years, the questions have not been asked, but sometimes the questions are asked also. So we cannot say that. Suppose that I said that you can leave this topic and a couple of questions have been asked from there. So that won't be a good idea. So don't leave any topic as such. As I said that you should have at least a basic level understanding of each and every topic and focus on those topics only in which you are confident. Okay, select some topics. Suppose that some of my students are there who are average one. So I said them that you can select 10 to 12 chapters only out of 25 chapters, 26 chapters, and that will also give you a good rank in IIT JEE. So if your 10 to 12 chapters are okay, that you got prepared, thereafter you can select a couple of more chapters. Okay, so don't leave any topic completely. Just have the basic understanding of everything and do the complete preparation of those topics in which you are confident to solve the question. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, another question. What to do in break provided in between two papers, because papers are scheduled between 9 to 12 and 2:30 to 5:30.
See, I think it would be better to take rest. Okay, because your mind could be completely exhausted after 3 hours of thinking, because you have appeared for IIT JEE Advanced paper. So that could have completely exhausted your mind. So better you take 1 hour rest and thereafter go for the second paper. Okay, you can do a bit of meditation. You can have your parents or other people with you. So you can go for 1 hour complete rest also. Your parents will take care of that. Don't sleep, because that may harm you. Okay, suppose that you have gone to sleep for more than 1 hour or 2 hours, and then you realize that, okay, the paper is going to just start, it will be difficult for you then. Okay, so you can take a short nap, you can take proper rest, don't read anything, don't analyze the previous paper, don't talk to any student. Okay, just keep yourself cool and calm. Even suppose that you have not done too much in first paper. Okay, attempting both the paper is important. Suppose that if you have not you have done first paper good and you have not attempted second paper, or you have missed first paper, or you are trying to do second paper, your result will not come. It is necessary, result will be only provided when you have attempted both the paper. Suppose that first paper, one of the subject or a couple of subject is not too good, you can focus on those particular subjects. Suppose that in first paper your physics is not too good, okay, you are not able to score even 10 marks in physics, then you can give a more focus on physics in the second paper, because the cutoff is not for individual paper, cutoff is adding the physics marks for both the papers. So that is good. as the paper has been divided into two parts. So if one of the subject in one paper is not good, you have not done it up to mark, then you can improve the marks in the second paper. So that is possible. So keep yourself cool and calm, do meditation, take short nap, and then go for the second paper. Because giving 1 hour rest to your mind will be more helpful. Okay, then compared to just going through the formulas and problems and discussing whatever you have done in the previous paper, that is useless. Okay, so whatever study, because JEE Advanced is the such an exam where the direct questions are very rarely asked. So you have to apply your brain. Application of brain is important, and application of brain can only be done if your brain is quite cool, peaceful. Then if you suppose that your brain is completely exhausted after 3 hour paper, and thereafter you wasted your 2 hour time in talking or just looking at the concept, and now you are completely tired, in that case your mind will not work properly. Even you cannot think the easy paper, you might be feeling sleepy in the examination. So better take proper rest. That 2 hour time is provided by IIT JEE, so that candidate can give a mind complete relaxation. So keep your mind completely relaxed, give yourself complete rest for those 2 hour time, and thereafter appear for the second paper, and that will definitely help you. Okay, a peaceful mind can do better in JEE Advanced exam. So that is my thought.
Okay, so you are an IITian yourself, and you can just justify this question, I know. What is the market value of the IITian tag? Does it really matter that much? Because
I
so
don't think it's
students are
too
saying,
much
yeah.
of kind of thing. Okay, whatever is your talent. First of all, IIT is an exam. That is one of your aim. You want to crack that, you do. I have seen in my life many people who are not IITian, but they have succeeded in their career a lot. Okay, so a lot of examples are there, and even around you also you can find a lot of such people. Okay, and that is not a big thing. Okay, being IITian is just a short time achievement. I think short time achievement. Life is very long, so just enjoy it.
Okay, sir. So the next question, the multi-concept question seems very difficult, sir. Any guidance?
Yeah, multi-concept questions are difficult, and that need a lot of experience and exposure to the problems. That is not a single day work. Okay, multi-conceptual questions are asked in IIT JEE, and I think 40 to 50% questions are multi-conceptual questions.
Okay. And so with this, considering the time we have now, I'm sharing a poll here so that we could understand whether you like this webinar or not. This is for the attendees. So here you can see the poll. So here it is, the question 1, answer it in a yes or no. Question 2 gives the option from 0 to 10, where 0 is being less likely and 10 being the highest. Coming back to you, sir, meanwhile we are having this poll, people have asked few more questions on our Shiksha portal. Let's answer a few briefly. Many of the students are still in 11th and 12th, but they are targeting JEE Advanced preparation. So how to manage it simultaneously? Any guidance for them?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure, sir. So the question is, like, many students are preparing for JEE Advanced already, even though they are in 11th and 12th standard. So any guidance for them?
Yeah, see, basically, last time preparation will not help you much. So be motivated and be devoted from the first day itself. IIT JEE is a difficult examination. And if you are in 11th right now or in 12th right now, and you are going to face the IIT JEE exam in 2023 or 2024, so you have ample amount of time. Okay, so go through each and every concept very carefully. Be focused, don't waste your time, always stay motivated, give sufficient amount of time to your study. Okay, so that is important. And secondly, whenever you are just reading a chapter in any subject, so you solve NCRTE also, go through complete concept of NCRTE also. NCRTE also releases an exemplar book that is also very important to upgrade your problem solving skill. So NCRTE problems, all the problems you should solve. all the theory of NCRTE you should read. You should solve each and every problem of NCRTE exemplar also. And definitely you should solve some practice books also. There are a lot of foreign books which come for IIT JEE. In physics, suppose that one question was asked me that is it helpful to solve Irodov? So if you want to solve Irodov or Klepner, these kind of book, then definitely, basically, it will be the right time to start it since the start of class 11. Okay, so once you complete a chapter, suppose you complete the kinematics entirely. Thereafter, you can go to the kinematics questions from Irodov also, from Krotov also, from basically other books. So you can go through them. So when you have 2-year time and you are focused on your study, you are not wasting your time, then you will get sufficient time to solve the problems. And one more thing, daily try to solve at least 2 to 3 questions per subject, okay, which are of multi-conceptual type, which are of basically some tedious mathematical application type, so that you will become habitual to solve the question. One more thing that I have seen, many students are complaining of the lengthy calculation, but be careful, in IIT the questions are not of lengthy calculation, they are of tricky calculation. Okay, so whenever you are solving the problem, make it a habit that in every question you will go till the last step and you will completely solve it, completely do the numerical calculation. Don't leave it. Sometimes what students does, one of my student basically in this JEE main exam, they have solved a couple of mathematics question quite completely correct. But what happens that at the end, calculation error was there, due to which they are not able to get the proper answer. So they left that. Okay, so it was good that they left that because they have not got the negative marks, but it was only due to lack of calculation practice. So calculation is also a part of solving the question. So don't leave the calculation part. Do it completely till you get the answer.
So finally, sir, we have come to the end of our session. So any concluding words from your end?
Definitely. Just I can say that if you have done the hard work, then definitely will get the result. So stay positive, motivated, and have self-confidence on yourself. Self-belief is more important for IITs.
Thank you, sir. So today we understood the important topics related to JEE Advanced Physics, books and resources, previous year question paper solving techniques, time management, marking scheme, paper pattern, how to attempt multi-concept questions, cutoff, and so many other factors we have discussed today. And thank you so much, Mr. Sinha, for guiding us.
Thank you very much.
And your suggestion will certainly help us to face JEE Advanced confidently. Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
And thank you to all of you for being the part of this session. And with this, I'm Shilpa signing off. Till then, take care and keep checking Shiksha portal for upcoming webinar. Thank you.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel.